we'll just take a little closer view of the buildings that we just saw. This is all in the Hudson Yards, new developments. And this is looking east on 34th Street. Goes right past Macy's. And we'll take this closer look at the top of the first building, just so people can see what's going on. This whole area is going to be magnificent. In time, it's going to be a big area for commerce. You can see it's still underway. Magnificent construction. Now we'll take a look at the second building. This still has a ways to go. Nice, solid concrete center. You can see that here. And then if we focus in on it a little bit more, better view of all the construction going on in the second building. Just magnificent. This whole area on the western side of Manhattan near 34th Street is going to be incredible. These two beautiful buildings are here, but we'll just get a better perspective of everything. This is 34th Street. Now, there's a lot of other construction that's going on. Now, there's a huge building that's going up here. And then, if we look straight ahead, there's a few more buildings that are going to go up. And that's right next to the Javits Center. A number of years back, the government of New York State wanted to tear down that green building and put up the convention center in Queens, but that didn't really fly because that was going to be a lot of wasted money. So they're going to keep that. And what a magnificent convention center it's going to be by being right next to all these buildings. And here, this building has already gone up and already is being occupied. "55 Hudson Yards." It's just magnificent what they've done. And they even have a subway here. Right where those trees are is where the subway is. It's just a magnificent undertaking, but it was a multi-decade undertaking. Like first, what to do with the space in the Hudson Yards, and then should you have a football stadium, should you have something else? But they decided to have multi-use buildings. And it's going to be another 10, 20 years before it's finally complete, but it's that massive of an undertaking. Here from 34th Street and 11th Avenue, we have another view of all this magnificent construction going on in the Hudson Yards. You could put it into perspective and see the spots that are open there, that are being built. And again, the green building, the green glass building is the Jacob Javits Center. But all this construction is going on. And we're turning to look south. It's just magnificent, everything they've done with this area. And another building going up. There'll be many more buildings going up around here. It's a staged development. And this is the beautiful Hudson Yards, that when you look at it from the High Line, it just looks magnificent. And that's, again, 11th Avenue, looking south. This is the beautiful view right across from Hudson Yards. This is like the open area. And this creation here is called the Vessel. It's going to be kind of like the center of a table, like a centerpiece. There's going to be other buildings all around here, just like we have these buildings here. Like right behind us are going to be even more buildings, and it's going to be fantastic just to see everything. You can see how great of a job they've done. So what we have right behind us is a train yard, but the plan is to cover up the train yard. Just like they've done with Grand Central. Believe it or not, Grand Central and Park Avenue are covered up train tracks. So that's what they're gonna do here. They're gonna put even more buildings here. That's the plan. That's the multi-decade plan. And that was the whole goal of this Hudson Yards initiative, to use this space. And as I mentioned earlier, they were planning with they were thinking about putting a stadium here. But the neighborhood said no way, because all the traffic, every summer would be way too much traffic. People just didn't want that. So I think they made the better decision to put up office towers and condominiums around here. So this way you have a very busy neighborhood. They actually extended the number 7 train to provide for transportation around here too. And that's going to be very interesting. During the weekday, during a regular weekday, the 7 train is much more crowded. Now, this centerpiece is called the Vessel, but they actually have an entertainment area called the Shed. And that's the gray part of this area here, where they have regular entertainment. Not now, because there's a virus going on, but the hope is to have much more entertainment there, and it's going to be really, really nice. We'll just take a closer look at the beautiful shopping mall. You can see here. But due to the virus, a number of the stores are not doing as well as they should, but that's just because of the virus. But it's still such an impressive venue. It's going to do well. Everyone has to remember, in 1919, this also happened. And you still have a lot of buildings from 1919 in New York. So this will move on, and everything will go back to normal, and it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful location for everything. And as I said, that grayish building is called the Shed, and it retracts and extends. It's for entertainment purposes. Really, really nice having everything here. The whole area is just magnificent. Beautiful building going up there. Take a closer look at the exterior here. Here's the second building from this different vantage point that we're at right now. What magnificent work they're doing. It's just like a work of art when they work on these different projects. It's like a symphony trying to put everything together and do it as quickly as possible and as accurately as possible. There was actually a McDonald's on that space where that building that we're filming is right now. They paid the McDonald's owner, I believe it was $150 million to buy the property. They needed the property in order to get this off the ground. It was a very expensive acquisition, but it was worth it. And I'm sure for the McDonald's owner, it was worth it too, because it's a spot where everyone likes to go. It's like right before the tunnels. You're gonna get a huge amount of business. So the owner is gonna say the only way he's gonna sell is if the developers of the Hudson Yards make it worth his while, and they made it worth his while. They had to, because they wanted that McDonald's restaurant, and they paid for it. But what a solid construction they're doing. The great thing about Manhattan buildings is they really build them to last hundreds of years. And you can see from this construction, really built to last. More buildings are going up, and the whole Hudson Yards project, as I mentioned, will probably end in about 10 or 20 years. It's that long. It's like it was already a 10-year project, but they have many more plans for buildings. It's just that due to many things going on, the plans are a little delayed, are going to be more delayed also, due to financing, due to other issues, but it's all going to work out. And this is just to put everything into perspective for what we're seeing. Just a beautiful building going up, right next to another beautiful building. 50 years from now, people will only talk about how it was when all these buildings were going up.